Welcome to Finpod, your daily pulse on the markets. I'm Evan, and this is where we cut through the noise, so you aren't just exit liquidity for the pros. Finpod is powered by Fintwit.ai, giving you the real-time signals you need to stay ahead. Let's get into it. Bloom Energy is the big story today, surging over 5%. The catalyst? Congressional financial disclosures hit the wire, showing a massive new position from Nancy Pelosi. Investors are connecting the dots between Bloom's data center power solutions and the broader AI infrastructure buildout, especially with Intel also being flagged in those filings. Speaking of chips, NVDA is seeing a slight pre-market rebound of around 1% after a brutal 7-day losing streak. All eyes are on their earnings tomorrow, which is arguably the most important event of the week for the entire market. Meanwhile, Intel is up over 3% today. They're getting a boost from fresh optimism around their manufacturing roadmap, though the stock has been volatile after failing to hold the $100 level last week. Advanced Micro Devices is also ticking up about 3%, riding a sentiment shift as analysts highlight their upcoming production ramp for new AI accelerators. Finally, NBIS Group is up about 4%, recovering slightly as the market looks past the recent supply overhang from their massive $5 billion convertible note offering. Looking at the broader market, U.S. futures are pushing higher today as the tech-heavy selling pressure from yesterday eases. The main driver is a cautious optimism ahead of the big NVIDIA print and key inflation data coming later this week. Overnight, global markets were mixed, and while geopolitical headlines regarding Iran sanctions hit the wires, the market seems to be shrugging it off. The real focus is on the upcoming inflation print and Fed commentary from Jackson Hole, which will likely dictate the path for rates and risk appetite for the rest of the month. In the AI economy, the narrative remains centered on the physical buildout. We are seeing continued momentum in data center infrastructure, with suppliers like Wolfspeed reporting that AI-related revenue is now doubling year over year, which is helping them offset weakness in the automotive sector. On the private side, the arms race continues, with companies like OpenAI facing increased scrutiny over model security, while at the same time they continue to push deeper into enterprise features. The takeaway is clear. The AI trade is moving from pure hype to a heavy focus on capital expenditure and real, tangible revenue growth. For individual stocks in focus, it is a heavy earnings day. Dick's Sporting Goods is the standout mover to the downside, tumbling over 18% pre-market. They missed earnings estimates as they struggle with the integration costs of their recent acquisition. On the flip side, we have Grupo Financiero Galicia seeing some strength, up nearly 1% early on. Wrapping up our earnings watch, keep a close eye on Intuit and HEICO, both reporting after the bell today. Intuit is trading down slightly pre-market, while HEICO is hovering flat. These reports will give us more color on consumer and industrial spending, two sectors that have been surprisingly resilient despite the macro uncertainty. To summarize, we're seeing a classic setup where the market is holding its breath for NVIDIA's results. The Pelosi disclosure is driving massive interest in Bloom Energy, while the broader tech space is trying to find a floor after a shaky start to the week. Don't get caught chasing the hype. Let the data lead your entries. For stock recommendations and real-time signals, head over to Fintwit.ai. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if there's a stock you want us to break down tomorrow. I'm Evan, and I'll see you at the open.